It's your body. I'm doing this little dance for you. Body, it's my party. See it song. I like that song. Yes. So welcome to a new video. Like I said in my previous video, I said I will try to review Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 2, premiered Monday 8 o'clock VH1. Yes, yes, yes. It was a lot going on. I was tweeting, watching something else at the same time as Love and Hip Hop came on, so I was kind of switching back and forth. But nonetheless, I did see it. I missed little parts or whatever. But basically, I guess, you know, they kind of just, it started off with them previewing what happened at the end of last season. And it began with everybody and, you know, how they're doing now or whatever. It started off with Mimi in the bed, Stevie's house, with her daughter. And basically, you know, she's like, what happened was she was going to pick up her daughter from Stevie's house, and it was like real late and the baby was already asleep. And so she didn't feel like, she didn't want to wake the baby, so she spent the night. And I don't think Stevie was there. I think somebody was babysitting. I think she said her sister babysits when, or somebody babysits her daughter when, you know, Mimi works, because Mimi is I want to say maid, but we're gonna get to that part because Jocelyn was lunching the part. But she's a housekeeper, and she, you know, she cleans people's houses and different like that. That's her own little business. But yeah, so she went to sleep, fell asleep in the bed, and Jocelyn, I guess, came in or whatever, and she felt some type of way, like basically, why are you in Stevie's bed and blah blah blah, this is my house, we stay here, what are you doing here? Basically cussed her out. So, you know, she was telling Stevie about, you know, basically how she felt like Jocelyn is very disrespectful to her, and he should be, you know what I'm saying, letting her know, you know, that's not cool to go at my baby mama, because at the end of the day, regardless of what Jocelyn and Stevie's doing, she's his baby mama, she gonna always be there, they have a daughter, so they gonna always have this connection. And he basically need to pipe Jocelyn down. So he's like, yeah, you know, I don't like the fact that she disrespected you like that, you know, because you know I respect you, and so I'm gonna have a talk with her or whatnot. So she was like, yeah, you need to do that. So that was that scene. I don't know if the next scene was the next scene with Scrappy and Erica. I think it was, but I'll just tell you about this scene. So Scrappy and Erica now, they are engaged. They got engaged on last season on the reunion show. And so, yeah. So they're engaged, and so they're living together. He moved back into Erica's house or whatever. So they're in the bedroom, and they're talking, and she's seeing all his, like, clothes and stuff like that. And it's, like, Gucci and Louis and all these different, you know, name brand stuff. And she's like, you know, if we're going to get married, we need to set a budget. Like, we can't be spending crazy because we need to save money for our wedding. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I think we should go on a budget. He like, a budget. She was like, yeah. So he was like, okay, well, how much? She said, well, can you do like 1,000? He was like, 1,000 what, a month? And she was like, yeah. He was like, 1,000. And he was like, how about 1,500? And she was like, no, how about like 1,200? And he was like, yeah, we can do 1,200, and sometimes maybe 1,500. So she's like, no, you gotta be serious. Like, we can't be spending crazy. But he's like, okay, but you talking about me spending money, but most of the time I'm spending money on you. He was like, that watch right there, that's a nice watch you got on. You know, making a joke saying I'll be buying most of you purses and everything like that. And you talking about being on a budget. So that was their little thing. And then, like I said, I don't know if I'm going in order, but these just are the scenes I remember of, you know. So then they had a thing with Mama D talking to Shay, aka Bucky. Bucky, if you guys don't know, Bucky is a good friends with Scrappy, and last season, you know, they had this back and forth between Scrappy was supposedly back with Erica, but he didn't tell Erica. I'm sorry, he didn't tell Erica. Keeps saying Erica. He didn't tell Shay that he was still, you know, he was dealing with Erica, and of course she got her feelings hurt. And on the reunion show, he basically was saying that, you know, I care about you, we're friends and all this stuff, but I'm rocking with Erica, like I want to be with Erica. And he proposed to Erica, and she had her feelings hurt. So I'm like, okay, first of all, you just trying to extend your 15 minutes, because why are you on the show? You and Scrappy are not together. Yes, you guys are cool, but what is your point in being on the show? So basically, you know, Mama D and Shay are really, really cool. And she actually doesn't like Erica. She wants Shay to be with Scrappy instead. So Mama D, Erica, Mama D and Shay, they meet, and basically, she's asking Shay how she's doing and how her relationship is with Scrappy and all that stuff like that. So she's like, well, me and Scrappy, we're gonna always be cool, and I'm gonna always love him. I still love him, or whatever. And it's just hard. And I'm just like, girl, boo hoo. He already told you he do not want you, and you need to keep it moving. I mean, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. And I've experienced this, I've experienced something like that where it's just like sometimes you just gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? As much as it hurt, he already made his decision. He wants to be with Erica. Let him do him. If y'all continue to be friends, okay, that's one thing. But stop all that trying like you feel like you, oh, I love Scrappy, girl, bye. He's engaged, leave it alone. So, so Mama D's basically like, I know you still care about my son, right? And, you guys should be together. He should be with you instead of, Erica. And, I got you, basically. She's like, well, what do you mean? Mama D's like, she said some line, I'm going to say a Martin Luther King line, but something, we shall overcome, or something. I don't know. Mama D thinks she a poet / pimp. I don't know what Mama D be doing. But, so basically she was saying she got her back, and that she had, I guess, her own plan for them, Shay and Scrappy, probably to work it out. So then I'm not really looking at it per se, but I think, I don't know, like I said, I'm not going in order. But anyway, I know Stevie went, and Jocelyn, she's trying to have this fake rap singing career. So he goes to talk to Jocelyn about the whole disrespect to me, stuff like that. Jocelyn is going rehearsing some song, Something Hot Mess. And she's rehearsing for, I guess, a performance. And so, he goes in and she's like, Stevie, what you want, Stevie? And so he comes and he's like, you can't be disrespecting my baby moms like that. Who, she's like, well, forget you, Stevie. How you taking up for that BITCH, that maid and all this other stuff, and just going off on her to call her Molly the maid and all everything like that. Like I was saying, we should go to Molly May. But anyway, she was just like, forget you, Stevie. I don't have time for you. You want to be with me, go be with me. I don't even care, blah, blah, blah. She called him a monkey and all kinds of stuff, and just going off of him. Jocelyn is funny. Like, people say what they want about her, but she's really, really funny. She makes the show. But yeah, they had that little thing. Then they had the part with K. Michelle. She's a singer, the only one that can really sing, And she was on there, and she was in the studio working, I guess, on her new album. She was working with a producer, and basically they was letting her know about herself, saying that you gotta stop wilding out, and because you're very talented, and when you wild out, people tend to pay attention to all that kind of drama. They're not paying attention to your music and what you got going on, your voice, because you're very talented and things like that. Which I agree, because K. Michelle has been wilding out, going to interviews and talking about people, and it's just been a lot of drama. And she's a very talented girl. She's like almost like I don't want to talk about her, but Keisha Cole's, where she's been through a lot, and she can really, really sing. So he was basically telling she needed to get herself together if she was serious about having a career. What else? So then they had a scene with Scrappy, and his mom went shopping, and he was going shopping for a vest or whatnot. And so Mama D's like, how's it going? Oh, have you talked to Shay? He's like, yeah, I talked to Shay. Cause she was like, have you talked to Shay about everything that went down? He's like, yeah, I called her a couple times just to let her know that that I was sorry, that I didn't mean to hurt her. I didn't intentionally try to hurt her, but we cool. We go back, and she's still cool. She's still my peoples or whatnot. And he's like, and Mama D's like, oh, well, because I seen Shay, and she lost a little bit of weight. She looking good, and Scrappy looking like, okay. But he was like, he said, that's not where I'm at. Erica is who I'm trying to be with, and we trying to get married, and that's where I'm at. And why can't you be, my fan, my peoples, and you rock with me? I'm going this way, you come with me, what I'm saying, instead of trying to make something else. So she's like, yeah, I guess I gotta, patch it up, be ride with Erica. And he's like, yeah, Mom, whatever. So that was that scene. My personal thing on that whole thing, as far as like Mama D and Erica, I feel like Mama D needs to get her own life, get her a man, whatever the case may be. She is too involved with Scrappy, always calling him the prince of some daggone rap when Scrappy ain't had no hit in God knows how long, and she's like this queen, and Mama D be tripping. But yeah, I just feel like she's too involved with Scrappy's life. She need to get a man, focus on what she's doing. She's too involved with the whole Erica and who Scrappy should be with. If Scrappy made a decision whether or not you like Erica or not, you should respect her, because that is your grandchild's mother. But yeah, he made decisions like, okay, I'm gonna marry Erica. We gonna try to make this work. You should support him, even if you don't necessarily agree. You should support him and not try to get shade to get back in between the both of them and starting all this other mess. Okay, that's my opinion on that. And so then they have a scene where Mimi and after Stevie J, this is a long video. When Stevie J, him and Jocelyn got into it about the whole Mimi thing. Jocelyn on the radio with Benzino, a late night show that Benzino has there in Atlanta, and basically they're talking, and he's asked her about Stevie J, and she's like, I'm good, I'm done with Stevie. I have love for him, but I'm single. So and then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to break. He was like, did Stevie know that you single? Like, you saying all this stuff? And she's like, I don't even care. Like, I'm doing what I want to do. And so yeah, she said she was single. So I think what happened was, I don't know if it was after facts. Of course, Stevie had heard Jocelyn on. I think I'm getting the scenes confused. But anyway, I'm going back to scene with Stevie and Mimi. They both at his house. And Mimi's in there. She was like washing dishes, different stuff. And they're on the dock talking. And then basically she's talking about, how disrespectful Jocelyn is. And how he need to check her. And he's like, what about me and you, Mimi? She's like, oh, that's a whole nother different story. And he's like, she said, well, I think you're insecure. And she was like, what? He was like, nah, I mean, you're scared, meaning I've done a lot of things to you in the past, and you're scared to kind of get your feelings hurt and get your heart broken again, all that stuff. So then you hear the door open. Mimi's like, okay, who was that coming in? Jocelyn, of course, because Stevie and Jocelyn supposed to be living together because they've been promoting and all this stuff. She comes in, and she's talking to Stevie, like, blah, 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 talking to him. And Stevie's like, oh, you're not going to say hi? Talking about you're not going to say hi to me. She's like, hi. She's like, hi, May. I see you got your May outfit on, because she's had a t-shirt. Mimi had a t-shirt on. She said, this is just a t-shirt. What are you talking about? I'm not cleaning nobody. Go out of here. So they start arguing. So Mimi's like, no, take Jocelyn and get out. Like, get out the house. How you going to tell him to get out his house? But okay. She's like, take Jocelyn and get out the house. So he was like, well, Dad, can I put some shoes on? She said, I will bring your shoes to the door. So they go out, and he's like, man, why you coming here starting stuff? They walk into the car, and she's like, well, Mimi, she a maid. She need to come clean my condo. Like, it's just a mess. And so that was that. That's pretty much. It wasn't like anything too exciting. I know the overall scene is supposed to be really, really good. I don't really want this thing. It's over 12 minutes, but that's my review on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta 2. Make sure you guys tune in Monday at 8 o'clock. That's 11. 8 o'clock on VH1. Alright, bye-bye.